It's supposed to be a hot one today here at the Folkston Funnel, with temperatures topping over 100 degrees. That wasn't going to stop my dad and I as we set out on our annual father-son trip. This year, for 2022, we decided to make a revisit to Folkston and spend a night at Peake's cabin. Located right across from the Martin Street Road crossing off of the CSX-A line, we had a porch and a grill on the outside with a view. And on the inside, we had just what we needed. 2 beds and a shower, a mini fridge and a microwave, and even a radio to listen for trains nearby. Our plan today and into tomorrow would be to spend all day here at Folkston. Part 2 of this video would find us making our way south towards Jacksonville, with hopes to end my dry streak in catching some FEC action. The first train of the day came by right at the top of noon. This is M455, daily Waycross to Taft Yard, mixed freight, Orlando bound. An approach limited signal then lights up on track 2 for train I-032, the hot Jacksonville-Duval ramp to North Bergen, New Jersey UPS pig train. It was then lunchtime for Dad and I as we checked out the Whistlin' Dixie. It's a nice little cafe and gift shop, all locally owned. They're known to have the best coffee in town from what I've heard, and they've got some sweet treats for a nice and hot summer's day. They are also responsible for the railside lodging, which is how we reserved the Peake's cabin. They serve lunch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And take it from me, the food is delicious. And it's just down the street from the train tracks. Everyone inside is very friendly and would recommend giving them a visit when you come down to Folkston. True Southern hospitality, the Georgia way.
4123, limited clear, post turnout. South, track 1, 2 track 1. From Chester Sub to Nahana Sub, CSH locomotive 4540.
Back at the tracks, Waycross to Tampa freight train M441 rounds across the turnout with CSX engine 4547 leading, a non-flared SD70 Mac EMD motor. Priority intermodal train I-026 came by 30 minutes later out of Jacksonville's Moncrief Yard to Bedford Park, Illinois, outside of Chicago. Before departing Jacksonville, they stop at the Duval Ramp to add to their train before making its journey north towards Waycross, Manchester, Birmingham, and Nashville. 15 minutes later came a nice little treat. A classic CSX consist led by an old CW40-8 Powers Train M222, empty racks out of Baldwin, all bound for Birmingham. There used to be a lot of these old motors that would pass through Folkston constantly. Now they're slowly being retired and or rebuilt. The next train snuck up on me with the crossing at Martin Street activating for train L729. Rock empties out of Winston, Florida, heading for Brown Sand, Georgia, off of the Fitzgerald subdivision. Priority Intermodal I-025 then comes off of the Jessup subdivision about 25 minutes later, heading for the Duval Ramp and Moncrief Yard. With a little dead spell behind the I-025, Dad and I ran to the store to get some charcoal and meat to put on the grill for dinner at the cabin. By the time we got back, train I-143 is seen passing through the funnel, just barely missing them. We got our burgers on the Barbie as the temperature was finally starting to drop and the sun setting for the day. Tonight's dinner was just about ready as the signal at Folkston then lights up for Amtrak Auto Train number 52, daily nonstop service from Sanford, Florida to Lorton, Virginia, which I'm sure is everyone's favorite reason to visit Folkston.
Track 52 approach limited Folkston number 2 track, 830 north.
This unique train is the only service provided where your personal vehicle can come with you on your journey without even having to be behind the wheel, and can only be found running along the I-95 corridor. The northbound 52 train is usually by Folkston around the 2000 hour. The southbound 53 train would pass through around the 0600 hour. Today, the P052 was running just a little bit behind schedule. The next train didn't show until 2 hours later. CSX train M202 was northbound with empty racks out of Baldwin Yard bound for Birmingham, Alabama. About another 45 minutes pass, and here came local train A764, the daily Rice Yard to Moncrief Yard turn job. They had a beastly 180-car-long train with them tonight. into the next day now at midnight 30 as train C002 rounds the turnout with coal loads for Bostwick, Florida. 20 minutes later came Amtrak's northbound Silver Star Train 92. At the time this video was shot, they were still combined with the Silver Meteor service since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Track 92 north, 2 to the number 1, we have a medium clear downtown. 2 to the number 1, medium clear downtown Folkston.
I had to get a couple of trains from the all-infamous viewing platform. 20 minutes after Amtrak came by was train I-038 approaching a medium clear signal at Folkston from track 2 to track 1 en route to Charlotte, North Carolina, with stops at East Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, and Dillon, South Carolina.
I-038, 23, medium clear, Folkston. Number 2 track, number 1 track, locomotive 5291 northbound.
The medium clear signal means that the train may proceed, not exceeding medium speed, which is 30 miles an hour through turnouts, crossovers, sidings, and over power-operated switches. Another 20 minutes later, and here came another A764, dated the 21st, returning to Waycross from Jacksonville. more driving ahead, it was time for me to hit the hay for the night. I'm not sure how many trains I slept through, but the next morning I moved from cold AC inside to high humidity outside with train B201 at sunrise. I had kept my camera inside all night, and it sure didn't like the temperature adjustment. I let my camera rest for a bit and switched to the iPhone for the next few train catches. The hot I-031 speeds south through the funnel 20 minutes behind the B train on its final stretch to the Duval ramp in Jacksonville. Yet another 20 minutes go by, and here came Amtrak's Silver Star, Train 91, running just a tad bit behind schedule on its way towards Jacksonville, Orlando, Lakeland, Tampa, and points south along the East Coast at West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. Not too far behind them was Amtrak's southbound auto train number 53. This was my first time laying eyes on the southbound run at daybreak, and a nice little surprise was found in the engine consist. My dad and I were starting to pack up as we fixed to head south with word of the railroad's office car special running out of Waycross this morning. But first, we catch northbound train I-142, made up of mostly double stacks out of the Duval ramp, all bound for Fairburn's intermodal ramp outside of Atlanta. The southbound counterpart, I-143, hits the turnout over an hour later, making this our last train through the Folkston Funnel before we departed for Florida. With the office car special on the move out of Waycross, Hilliard, Florida was the place that came to mind to capture them at their maximum permissible speed of 79 miles an hour. They were en route to Jacksonville preparing for a trip to Miami in the next few days. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel with that notification bell turned on, as part 2 of this video takes us towards Jacksonville to end my dry streak with the Florida East Coast Railway. See y'all then.